called. So Chad Walthall there. And, defensively, this is a challenge. You got guys that can really put it on the deck here, especially as Minnesota State here attacks offensively. Got some great athletes on the floor here.
Ryland Holt driving. Nice feed. Kelby Kramer with the throwdown.
Well, they need more of that from Ryland Holt. Beautiful dish there. And Kramer's a guy that's improved year after year, just being ready to finish that play.
Queth trying to spin against Holt, muscled it in.
Queth coming off a terrific game where he had 25 points in MSU Moorhead's big win over Northern State last weekend. It's going there.
That was a career high for Queth in that regular season finale. Holt. Rebound tapped out, but McGee takes it. And then they're going to call the reach-in on Thedford on the break.
Okay, let's take a look at that dunk here by Kramer. And this is all set up here because Holt gets some beautiful dribble penetration, forces the help defense, and Kelby Kramer has done a much better job as his career's gone on, just being ready there. He saw his hands up, ready to catch that thing and finish quickly.
Dane Zimmer for three. That one rattles in.
Well, there's the advantage Zimmer has on Kramer. He can step out and shoot it a bit.
Dane Zimmer doesn't shoot a lot from the outside, but he's pretty good when he does. Nearly 50% from the field from three, 66% overall. Holt and Anderson ran into each other.
Yeah, that's what caused that turnover.
Erzfeld. McGee with the cleanup.
And when these teams make mistakes, coughing it up with turnovers, I can almost guarantee you the other team's going to turn it into quick points. These teams are excellent in transition both ways.
Thedford. Erzfeld got his hand in there. Fight for the loose ball. Call the tie-up over to MSU Moorhead.
3 early turnovers on Minnesota State, and that's on just not a good passing angle. Trying to make this bounce pass at the top, and it gets poked away. And taking care of the ball, always important. If there's something that's plagued Minnesota State a little bit this year, it has been a little bit sloppy with that. They're in the bottom half of the NSIC when it comes to turnovers per game.
Baumgartner working against Willingham. Goes up with the left and scores.
And great job spacing the floor by the Dragons there. And because they have some good shooters they can put on the three-point arc, the Mavericks really struggling there to help on that drive.
Holt shuffled his feet. But another turnover for Minnesota State.
Yeah, they're now up to 4 here, and that is a problem that if it continues for Matt Morgenthaler's team, David, is going to spell disaster in this game because you can't let the possessions get that lopsided in shot attempts when MSU Moorhead's this good offensively.
Baumgartner off a curl, got stripped on the way up. Here's Queth driving baseline. Got the angle. Holt with the rejection. And it goes off of Queth last.
Okay, that's terrific defense that time by Ryland Holt. Holding his ground, contesting. I like the officials letting them play a little bit around the rim. There's nothing wrong with that.
Quincy Anderson. Willingham. High arcing three goes in and out.
That was better ball movement that time by the Mavericks. Just didn't get it to drop. I just love the way these teams both play offensively. They attack you early, and if you don't stop that, they'll make you pay, and then they can grind you a little bit with some good execution in the half court.
Baumgartner weaved his way between defenders, couldn't finish. Anderson, transition three.
Cold shooting start here for Minnesota State. Turning it over a little bit as well. That's why they're down 7.
But an offensive foul there on Joe Sievely. Dragons with the early advantage. Hit a couple of threes and have raced out to a 7-point lead here. Irv's in the middle, but you emerge on the other side, and he's got them back to perennial contender status.
Yeah, this squad he's got this year is right up there with some of the other great ones he's had. Now, he's had to do it mixing in a few new players as well. That's the thing that's been tremendous about this year's team.
Holt. Turnaround hook on the baseline, just off.
That was only the second 2-point shot that Minnesota State's taken. The other one was the Kramer dunk.
Sievely tried to tap the offensive rebound back out, but Minnesota State in transition. Zach McDermott gets the lay-in.
That's where both of these teams can excel. If you don't get the ball, they will make you pay. McDermott, great take there.
Baumgartner somehow found Simon Sem. And Sem got tied up. So the jump ball will go over back to Minnesota State.
Yeah, this is fun basketball to watch because these teams are just so aggressive on that offensive end. And Minnesota State, they just need to settle in here a little bit. I think they were a little antsy to start the game. A few of those early turnovers. They'll catch their groove here as well, and this thing's going to be terrific.
Bedford driving, got it to roll in.
So you could see out of the timeout, Matt Margenthaler talked to his team about shot selection. 6 of 7, David, were from the arc, and now the last 3, they tacked the basket and gotten 2 points.
McGee, rejected by Jamal Nixon.
Told you, athletic defenders that this Maverick team has that can match up on McGee there, and Nixon doing a nice job.
Holt on the block. Double, kicked it out.
And McDermott's got to be spotted up on the 3-line, ready to do something there.
Gets it back out. Bedford lost it inside. Nixon. Shot clock violation, but Matt Margenthaler arguing that the shot previous to that hit the rim.
Now, the shot clock definitely did not reset. To me, it did not look like they got the shot off. Now,
Minnesota State. Brady Williams stumbles.
and just tried to force it there too much. Nowhere to go for Williams. Good
Zimmer
movement.
Off the back iron.
That was a great look for Zimmer. Very capable of making that.
Trying to feed Kramer down low, a little too far.
That was good help on the backside that time.
Step back three from Beninga. Zimmer saves it. Right to Minnesota State. McDermott in attack mode. Too strong. Out of bounds over to the Dragons.
Well, you said it, David, there. In attack mode, and both these teams have been that way. Minnesota State, though, just not able right now to get a lot of rhythm, though, offensively, just shooting 36% in this game. Really, both teams are.
Foul on the cut. Gonna get Nixon with the foul.
Yeah, there's a lot of holding going on out here.
When you have such quick athletes, tough to keep up sometimes.
It is. Now, the defense is not at the advantage in this game. I mean, the offensive talent superior to what these guys can do on the defensive end. You just got to hope you can slow the other team down some, make it tough for them.
Beninga nearly got that reverse to go. Quincy Anderson trying to go up strong. Nixon, Kramer, fight for a loose ball, and a loose ball foul on the Dragons. We're going to get Zimmer.
Yeah, tough loose ball foul here. Zimmer did a nice job maintaining his verticality there, and then him and Kramer just going for it.
Bedford, the floater. Zimmer coming down the lane. Myron the putback. No, Kramer gets the board.
And some good looks there. Both teams really not able to capitalize.
Bedford kick out. Williams a three. Brady Williams off the bench, Kansas first shot.
And you can see why Devontae Bedford means so much to this team with that play right there, really setting up his teammate for the open three.
Myron rejected by Williams.
Now, Brady Williams is a freshman that's got more and more time for this Minnesota State team. He just hit the three on one end, and they did a nice job there using his 6'7" frame, not fouling, and knocking that one out of bounds.
Wet got his defender in the air.
Yeah, he's a tough matchup for Minnesota State's bigs because he's got some athleticism at 6'6". Able to finish like he did right there at the rim.
Anderson on the drive.
He's been a little bit out of control on a couple of his shots.
Baumgartner cut to the basket. Can't finish.
Now you take it into the rim in this game, you better cope with some authority. You're going to get challenged, and the officials have let contact go near the basket in this one so far.
Bedford had it poked away. Baumgartner in transition. The Euro step and finish.
There's been a couple possessions, David, where Minnesota State's not taking a great shot, kind of a four shot on this, and then it's led to that run out, that transition game for MSU Moorhead. Dragons up 4.
Nixon driving baseline.
Wow.
Up and under, nearly got it to go. Kramer can't finish, but he'll go to the line when we come back. High intensity, high pace game. Baumgartner in transition. Little do-si-do for 2 in this first half. We talked about both these teams being top 5 in the conference in scoring, but right now just struggling to get the lid off the basket. They're playing hard, just not a lot of shots going in.
Yeah, I think that's the thing you're seeing is the defenses have really come out tonight. They're playing hard. The officials are letting some contact go, which is fine. I think that's also hampered some of the scoring as well, but these are teams that can get it going pretty quickly here. We'll see if that turns here at all in this first half.
And Kelby Kramer probably thankful there isn't a full gym right now.
Yeah, that one was a 14-foot free throw on the 15-foot line.
But he comes right back and swishes the second. I love how that happens.
Yeah, hard to explain. Just needed a warm-up, right?
Exactly.
Good help there by Kramer, though, shutting that handoff down.
McGee found some space. Good help side defense by the Mavs.
Now, this game's being officiated very consistently in that when you drive in there, you better go in with some strength. The officials are letting some contact go.
Thedford dribbled it off his leg, went right to Holt, back to Thedford.
A little bit too much dribbling right now for Minnesota State.
Willingham. They call a foul on the floor. MSU Moorhead wanted basket interference.
Kramer reached over Zimmer here, you'll see. Zimmer trying to come across and block out, and because Kramer was already up in the air, they said that Zimmer kind of undercut him a little bit. And Quett kind of actually didn't help his teammate, kind of pushed Zimmer a little bit too.
Willingham, the alley-oop to Kramer.
Kramer's been calling for that for a couple times from his teammates. Throw it up to me. I'm 6'10", I'll go get it. And he did that time with a flush. Seedley got away with one there, changing pivot feet.
Quett short on the three.
Yeah, this game has turned into a much more grinder than I certainly would have expected. It's hard to even remember back those first few possessions, David. The ball was flying around pretty good then. Not so much now.
That ball halfway down for Willingham before popping out.
And these teams begging for points right now, both shooting 30%.
McGee plus the foul.
Let's end a couple minutes here, scoring drought for MSU Moorhead, but first the alley-oop to Kramer. And this and one, getting the Dragons off the schneid where they haven't gotten a basket in a few minutes of the game time. Dave, this is hard to believe, though. We've had hardly any free throws in the game. This will be the first attempts for MSU Moorhead in this game from the line.
McGee does complete the three-point play. As you mentioned, not a lot at the other end, just those 2 ones from Kramer. Williams, they call travel.
Yeah, he never caught it clean and kind of tried to move before he actually had the ball. There aren't a ton of fans in here, as you've mentioned, but the ones that have been in there, they've been vocal. It's been good. This is a good environment.
Members of the MSU Moorhead women's team cheering their men's counterparts on. Baumgartner for 3. McDermott tried to thread the needle. The hole taken away.
Yeah, it just wasn't there. And man, turnovers have really hurt the Mavericks in this first half, 8 of them now. They're really actually pretty fortunate to only be down 4.
McGee, another chance at a three-point play.
And that's just not a good matchup. Lorenzo McGee attacking the freshman Williams and getting the best of him that time. Williams a pretty solid defender, but that's a tough load for a freshman to have to handle him one-on-one from the wing. And McGee becoming our first double-figure scorer of the night.
Up to 11 now. Part of the reason he fits in so well, Chad Walhall told us, he came in humble. He wasn't coming in with this Division I attitude. He wanted to earn his spot, earn his playing time, earn the trust of his new teammates.
That means a lot, and it's why this team has had great success this year.
Quincy Anderson. Simon Sem with the board, leading the Dragons in transition. Skip pass over to McGee.
Minnesota State needs to be careful here. They need to continue to be locked down defensively, keep themselves in this.
Baumgartner. Rainbow 3.
Oh, that's big time, and Matt Margenthaler's going to need to stop the momentum of this game by calling timeout.
Big run here for MSU Moorhead. They lead. Hop over to McDermott for three. Little strong. Beninga somehow gets the rebound. Skies in, poked off his foot. Should be Minnesota State ball. Great recovery and defense by Malik Willingham.
Yeah, there's no giving up on either one of these teams. And like you said, Willingham just pursuing from the backside there, saving it, and ultimately stopping the possession there for MSU Moorhead. But I tell you what, David, in this game here, Minnesota State, they've got to start finding some more rhythm here offensively. They've only made one basket here in about the last 6 minutes of this thing.
Brady Williams changes that with a hook in the lane. Joe Sievely for three. That one rattles in.
Doesn't take a lot of them, but an efficient shooter from three. Just a lot of possessions where the ball gets dribbled a lot. And that makes the defense easy to get into their help positions when you do that.
Williams backing down McGee. Willingham off the front iron.
And that's the result of that. When you get a possession where the ball's getting dribbled a lot, you end up taking kind of contested shots off the bounce that are really one-on-one plays offensively. And Minnesota State struggled in this game to get in production.
McGee. His shot goes off the front. Dominga fell down, no call. Anderson finally gets on the scoreboard. Quincy Anderson.
Let's see if Minnesota State can get a little bit of momentum back on their side heading to the locker room here in the last 3 minutes.
Sievely and I believe it was Willingham. It was Holt going after it.
Yeah, here's this last bucket. Tremendous drive, and probably could have been an and one. I thought Sievely got him with the body there.
The loose ball foul, by the way, was on Joe Sievely for MSU Moorhead.
And that puts them over the limit, so Holt will get a chance at a few free throws, or at least a 1-and-1.
Jesse Berg checking in for MSU Moorhead. Big 6'10" kid from Audubon, Minnesota. Holt off the back iron, but Kramer gets the offensive rebound.
Hey, Kramer's a weapon in there on the free throw boards like that.
Holt tried to put it up against McGee. Great defense.
Yeah, Holt's had a tough day shooting an 0 for 3 now. Big bodies banging down low.
A couple of 6'10" guys in Kramer and Berg. McGee. Short.
He had a good look, but he was spotted up on that NBA line.
Anderson knifing his way to the basket.
I can see why Quincy Anderson leads this team in scoring. He hasn't been on track yet in this game, but that was a beautiful drive and finish that time.
Baumgartner off a curl. Sem to McGee. McGee. Offensive foul.
That's a tough one, and Chad Wall doesn't want to even look at the officials there, trying to keep things calm here. But I think McGee did displace the defender some, but I mean, there's been so much of that that's gone on in this game that's quite frankly hasn't been called. That's a tough one.
Anderson Got stripped.
Yeah, he got hit on the arm, too.
Baumgartner ahead of the pack. Berg the rebound. And they got tied up. They'll stay with the Dragons.
I think they're actually going to get Ryland Holt with the foul.
They did get him with a foul. I thought he got tied up. They're going to call the personal on Ryland Holt.
And Matt Morgenthaler isn't happy about that either, and he's also not happy about what happened on the other end offensively.
Ersfeld tried to go under the pressure defense and gets the foul called on Thetford.
Yeah, the physicality in this game that's been allowed is also one of the reasons why it's become so low scoring. I mean, you watch these offensive players, it's hard for them to make cuts. There's a lot of grabbing, a lot of holding. Tough to get finishes in the lane.
Ersfeld buries the first, and that is par for the course for him. He, for his career, is of 90% from the free throw line. Jinx did not work that time. Holt. Mid-range is short.
Now he continues to struggle. Hasn't made a bucket yet. No points in this game.
Baumgartner finds Sem. Sem will go to the line.
And MSU Moorhead's got a great opportunity here to extend this lead to double digits. Good passing there. Baumgartner finding Sem on the cut.
Simon Sem Jr. from the Fargo Moorhead area, went to Fargo North. Just a quick clean of the floor here.
He's a big part of the depth that Chad Walthall loves about this team. MSU Moorhead's played 10 players in this game already, and when you start thinking about this tournament and the Dragons potentially hoping they could play 3 days in a row, that depth could really play a big key in them trying to make a run to the title here.
Sem goes 0 of 2.
Dragons switching a lot of that screening action, the cutting across the lane there. Sem almost came up with the steal.
Willingham recovers, shot clock under 10. Willingham with the drive. Rebound tap back out. Brady Williams for 3. Off the back iron. MSU Moorhead will hold for the final shot.
And Mavericks are going to end this half shooting less than 30%.
Chad Walthall will take a timeout here. 12 and 3/10 seconds left. 9-point lead for the Dragons, looking to drop one final play.
Well, that's been tough for any of these players that have great performances offensively. The defense really has taken over, much to probably our surprise. These teams come in as both great offensive teams, averaging over 80 points a game on the season. And neither one of them looking like they're nearly on pace to get close to that tonight.
Baumgartner wide open for 3. Buries it. Final seconds here. Anderson in and out. Great final play design by the Dragons. Sprung Baumgartner for an open 3. And MSU Moorhead extends its start of the second half. 33-21. MSU Moorhead on top of Minnesota State. The Dragons had a great play to end the first half. That's given them this dozen-point edge, their largest of the ballgame.
Yeah, now they get the ball again, start the half, kind of double possessions here to see if they can extend it.
And Baumgartner, who's responsible for all those points.
Just great execution out of a couple timeout type situations there. And Minnesota State, they've got to get in track on this end. It starts taking care of the basketball. They had 9 turnovers, David, in the first half. That can't happen again. And they need to get higher quality looks. That's not a great start there by Anderson.
Step back long, too, is well short. Quet. Offline on the 3.
Yeah, they kind of dared him into taking that one.
Anderson knocks that one down wide open.
Yeah, not a good series there for MSU Moorhead, and they haven't had too many of those in this game where they've taken bad shot on one end, didn't get matched up at all the other. Mental mistake.
Quet. Rebound by Kramer.
Kramer has been a monster on the glass. 11 boards already in this game, David.
Anderson will drive this time. Tried to stuff it, got blocked by the rim.
And just no need for that. Go finish it with a layup and get your team 2 points.
Zimmer rejected by Kramer.
Kelby Kramer's doing his part. First of all, the missed dunk there, and then this way here. Kramer doing his part on the defensive end of the glass.
Zimmer for 3. Off the back iron, offensive rebound, McGee.
Maverick's got to go get that thing there. Giving this Dragon team another crack at it here.
Knocked out of bounds, will stay with the Dragons, but only 4 to shoot.
Yeah, they're trying to get Lorenzo McGee in the post there. He's great in the low post when he can get the right matchup down there.
They look for him on the alley-oop, but he gets his own rebound and putback.
Minnesota State right now not competing right now. They can't let this happen here. If they get down much more than this, it's going to be too hard to come back against this team.
Willingham gets it to go.
The Mavericks got to start digging in on this end. They're getting some stops. They got to get the rebound, limit it to 1 shot. Get your transition game back on the other way. They can do that.
McGee driving. Offensive foul.
And McGee's picked up a couple of these here, being aggressive, lowering his shoulder a little bit. Give Quincy Anderson good credit there. Moved his feet well, maintained position. Chad Waltall just casually observing all of that, keeping his cool.
Holt off the back iron.
Good look, though. Nothing wrong with that execution at all.
Ersfeld. That one poked away. It'll stay with the Dragons.
And MSU Moorhead makes you guard a lot of different aspects offensively. The back cuts, the ball screens. You got to contain the drive. Got to get out to some shooters. They really challenge you on all facets.
Baumgartner had it poked away. Willingham lobs it to Holt. Out of bounds over to the Dragons.
And that won't go down as a turnover, but effectively it is. And a missed opportunity here, kind of 2-on-1 to finish it.
Baumgartner somehow got that to go, plus the foul.
Unbelievable here, absorbing the contact, just flipping it up there at the end, and it caroms in there. And Baumgartner's had just some gigantic plays here at the end of the first half, beginning of this second half. to really give his team a ton of momentum offensively. He now leads them in scoring.
Rattles in the 3B, completes the three-point play. Lead back up to 14. Bedford, he'll lob it to Kramer, got fouled on his alley-oop attempt.
Now, this is good offense here too, because Kramer can go up and get it now. Good job by MSU Moorhead challenging Kramer. Make him earn this at the line, because we've already seen he's got some struggle shooting the free throws.
He switched the last two, though.
That's the reverse announcer's jinx there, right?
I think so.
Yeah. Well, Minnesota State needs to get here more. The fact that they've only shot 4 free throws is pretty telling in this game about how they've settled for jump shots at times and not been maybe in as much of an attack mode as they should be. And Kramer doing a great job proving the color man wrong. That way, big fella.
Ersfeld driving. Left it short.
Mavericks finally get a stop, lets them get out and run.
Willingham. 3 goes in.
And there's the result. Just not enough of that here of late where they've been able to get a defensive stop, David, and then get out and go. See if that can ignite this team. Man, there's a lot of grabbing and holding.
Baumgartner got held on the curl.
And there was a lot going on even before that. And I think it almost took Baumgartner going to the deck before the call was made, but I tell you, these teams have been real physical with each other off the ball.
Baumgartner, the little hook in the lane.
Yeah, just great patience there by a veteran player that, you know, last year this team really depended on Baumgartner to do a majority of their scoring. He was their main guy. Not so much this year, and Baumgartner settled, I think, better into that role to become more efficient.
Kramer recovers, puts it in.
Kramer's playing a terrific game here tonight.
West.
Good job shutting him down. That's a tough shot. Oh, and he gets it to go.
Great defense by the Mavs, better offense by the Dragons.
Yeah, you can't defend it any better than that. With just the size and the ability to score. Good job there by McGee, keeping the ball into Anderson's hands.
Willingham. High arcing 3 doesn't go. Knocked out of bounds. It'll go over to Minnesota State. Gavin Baumgartner leading the way in scoring and a little razzle-dazzle with it. Gets the layup there. Dragon team to the Elite Eight. Big number 55, a difference maker for the program.
Now you got Sievely and Beninga, a couple younger siblings of former players, keeping it in the family in this Dragon program.
Bedford, he will drive. Rejected by Sem.
Sem in the last two possessions, great help side defense to force turnovers and block shots.
Sievely, back to Sem, whistle before the shot.
Sem has had two terrific defensive plays on back-to-back possessions, that time getting just enough of a piece of it to keep it from going in the basket.
Sievely on the block, working against Kramer. Sievely, too strong.
Yeah, I'm not sure that's the matchup that MSU Moorhead wants to attack inside.
Bedford, high shot off glass.
Minnesota State's playing much better offensively here in the second half, but they haven't really been able to make it much ground because defensively here, not slowing down the Dragons yet.
McGee, long two splashes in.
I love this, the tempo that McGee plays with. Keeps things under control. Cool customer here in this game.
Sem nearly has another steal. Anderson, driving, hanging, nearly got the three-point play to go.
Okay, this is just a nice job going off that ball screen action, then attacking, and they got Sievely with the block.
First free throw rattles off. You've seen Quincy Anderson attack the basket a little bit more, and Coach Margenthaler believes he's a little more explosive than he was pre-injury, and I think when he takes it to the basket, he opens things up for the rest of his teammates.
Yeah, there's no question there. And he has shot it well from the three-point line this year as well. Hitting 41% there and taking quite a few attempts, but hasn't been able to quite get it on track yet here tonight from the perimeter.
Foul away from the ball. It's an offensive foul on the Dragons.
And Baumgartner down low that time.
So Erzfeld will check back into the game for Baumgartner. Baumgartner leading all scorers right now with 17. Anderson, the stutter step, the hang. Kramer tries to clean it up. Tap to Erzfeld. Taken back by the Mavericks.
Good job by Kramer, just keeping it alive for his team.
Anderson found Williams underneath. And the foul.
Now Quincy Anderson a bit out of control at time, but still making good things happen.
Brady Williams has a chance to cut this to 7.
Yes, Minnesota State here knocking on the door. They haven't really made a big push here in this second half. When you consider they were down 12, if they could cut this thing to 7 here, that'd be some progress.
Williams does just that.
Much better offensive second half, shooting 50% on the Mavericks compared to their 28% in the first half.
Sem Working baseline, got cut off. Versfeld, drive, the kick, Sem. Foul call on the Mavs.
I love the motor that Simon Sem plays with. We've talked recently about how great he has been and what he's meant defensively, and attacking there. It's a good, strong move to the rim. I will say he has one of the more unorthodox free throws, though, that I've seen in quite some time.
Looked like Bill Cartwright in the old Chicago Bulls days.
Yeah.
Kids, Google or YouTube Bill Cartwright free throws. You'll see what I mean.
Yeah, and all four there he's taken in this game. None of them have been close to going in.
Willingham off glass. It's down to a 5-point game.
Yeah, great take there, and here we go. And I tell you what's triggered this is Gavin Baumgartner going to the bench, David.
Rejected by Williams.
MSU Moorhead missing their leading scorer right now, and it's really started to affect them on both ends.
Zach McDermott, the lob to Kramer! All the momentum on the Minnesota State Mavs. That's allowed them to come back.
It has, and they've done a better job here in this second half of winning that battle. And huge reason why is what Kelby Kramer has meant in this game. I mean, he's having one of his best games of the season with 12 boards, 11 points. Not to mention the factor he's been down here on this end protecting the rim.
Both Lorenzo McGee and Gavin Baumgartner back for the Dragons. Sievely will drive, slipped, but kept his pivot foot. Versfeld has to fire. Offensive rebound by Quet.
It's been those perimeter rebounds, those long ones that MSU Moorhead's been able to get. And Kramer just got his third block of the game inside there. Chance to slice this thing to one or maybe get it even. Oh, Kramer open. They didn't see him inside. He had Baumgartner on his back.
Willingham ties the game.
And honestly, Kelby Kramer played a big role in that because Baumgartner then tried to switch out too late, didn't get to the three. And it's an 11-0 run right now for the Mavs.
Sievely for three. Not the shot MSU Moorhead wanted. Dragons were up by 14 earlier this half. Willingham. Off balance, offline.
And not a great shot selection that time. MSU Moorhead lost their momentum when they put four of their starters on the bench for a couple minutes there. They've got them back out there now. Let's see if they can get it back.
Versfeld. Get the foul on Willingham.
This was the three that knotted things up by Willingham. Great job just setting his feet that time. And Willingham, who's had a terrific year shooting the ball at 46% from three, cashed that one in. He's going to get a little rest over there on the bench.
Quet working against Holt. Spins, rejected by Kramer.
Continuing to be a force inside. That's 4 blocks now for the big guy. He's playing with amazing energy out here tonight.
Bedford. Anderson thought about a deep three, pulled back. Shot clock under 10. Anderson, the drive, the kick, Holt for three. Sievely corrals the loose ball for MSUM.
That was a great job reading the D by Anderson, but Holt, unfortunately, a guy who has struggled shooting it from three all year.
Erzfeld attacks, can't finish.
A chance here for the Mavericks to get something in transition if they want.
Jamal Nixon. Now Thedford will drive baseline. Nixon with a corner three strong.
A couple possessions there by Minnesota State where they just, quite frankly, kind of had the wrong guy taking the three-point attempt. Either Nixon or Holt prolific from there.
Here's McGee. The drive, Queth left it short.
Kramer's not going to get credit for a block there, but great defense again.
MSU Moorhead's gone more than 5.5 minutes without scoring. Thedford got his defender in the air. Off the back iron, both teams physical but trading misses.
Yeah, and everyone getting really tired here of late. Just no stoppages of play either.
Holt came in from behind, got the poke away. But it will stay with the Dragons.
Well, here we are again, David. Another tournament game in this tournament here. Going to come down to the stretch of the last 6 minutes here if anyone can seize this thing. I mean, literally every men's game has been this way so far.
Queth. That three's offline. Both teams have now gone more than 3 minutes combined without points.
Yeah, Moorhead in particular going on about a 6-minute drought.
Anderson, offline from the elbow, but the tip goes in from Nixon.
That's great hustle, not giving up on it. Big bucket there for Nixon coming off the bench.
First lead since early in the first half. Queth responds.
And that ends a 6.5-minute scoring drought for MSU Moorhead. And now we're going to have a dogfight here the rest of the way.
Anderson up top. Working his way inside. Puts it up. Can't get it to go. Rebound tapped out. Queth still a loose ball. Queth fighting for it. Saves it to Baumgartner. Erzfeld got caught in the air. Got it to McGee.
Good decision there by McGee. Just have some patience.
McGee will reset. Down low, Dane Zimmer. Travel on Zimmer. What else would you expect from this year's NSIC tournament? 50-50 with 4 minutes left. But in the second half here, they have been outscored 29-17.
Yeah, it's been a terrific comeback here by the Mavericks, and really over about the last 7 minutes here where they've really held MSU Moorhead to just one made field goal.
Anderson. That three is short. Queth chases down the loose ball.
And they have made Anderson's looks from the perimeter very difficult. As a result, he's just 3 of 15 in this game.
McGee hesitated, dropped it to Zimmer.
Yeah, he just didn't feel comfortable with that three.
Erzfeld. High low. That pass actually went off the backboard as Baumgartner tried to feed Zimmer.
Yeah, right idea, just poor execution there. And another empty possession for the Dragons, who've now really struggled too with some turnovers and some missed shots.
Bedford, another lob to Kramer, rejected by Quet.
That's huge there, coming up big.
McGee in transition, finishes at the other end.
Now let your defense create some offense when you are having trouble scoring, and that's what the Dragons did that time.
Anderson, the drive, the hang. Kramer, the putback.
Kramer has become a big-time force in this game. I'll tell you, if his defender leaves to help, he's cleaning up the glass, getting no boards.
Queth for three. Kramer, another rebound. Under 2 minutes to go. We're tied at 52. These teams look exhausted.
Yeah, they have just gone at each other with such physicality and intensity. They are exhausted.
Bedford tried to feed Kramer. Kramer diving for the loose ball, but Moorhead recovers. Bryce Ersfeld, the step, the spin. They're going to call a blocking foul on Anderson.
Yeah, tough call there. Almost looked like Anderson.
Find out next and tune in tomorrow all day long. We got you covered here on Midco SN. Bryce Ersfeld drew a blocking foul. That was the 7th foul by Minnesota State, so a 1-and-1 here for Ersfeld. And he buries it.
Even though he's struggled, hasn't made a shot in this game, he's been a perfect now 3 for 3 from the line.
In and out. The lead for the Dragons is 1:25 to go.
Got to execute here. Got to take care of it, got to get a good shot.
Anderson working against Zimmer. The drive, the kick, three. Splashes in for Malik Willingham.
Well, that time they had the right guy spotted up over there. Willingham, their best three-point shooter, and he knocked in a huge one.
Mavs up 2, under a minute to go. Quet spinning inside. We are tied. Quick timeout by Chad Walthall.
Played, and how much they've competed on the defensive end in this game.
Minnesota State averaging 80 points a game. MSU Moorhead 84. If you're the Mavericks, you try going for the 2-for-1 here.
I like that play here. You got to go quick, though, if you're going to do it.
Bedford brings it up. Holt on the block. Ryland Holt driving in. Muscles it up. Short. Shot clock is off. MSU Moorhead can hold till the end.
Well, that didn't work out then to Minnesota State's favor at all. Now you got a lot of pressure on you defensively here to get a stop to try to get this thing to OT.
Ersfeld up top. 10 seconds left. Ersfeld down to 5. Ersfeld driving, puts it up. No good, and we have overtime once again.
David, 3 of our 4 men's that haven't minded seeing these games go OT, and that's Northern State having the day of rest. Wayne State taking on the winner of this one, and you don't mind it when you know whichever opponent you're going to get is having to play some extra hoops.
Kramer wins the tap. Another 5 minutes here from the Pentagon.
And the only guy with 4 fouls, Dane Zimmer out there for MSU Moorhead. No one else in foul trouble.
Step back for Quincy Anderson. That rattles in.
Oh, Anderson's really not been able to have any rhythm offensively, but that looked like a nice rhythm pull-up jumper. We're accustomed to seeing him hit with regularity.
McGee. That one goes in. His step back.
Yeah, and he's been quiet here down the stretch. Big bucket there to answer.
Here's Thedford. Working off a screen from Kramer. Thedford inside with a left hand. The tip. Kramer trying to keep it alive. Baumgartner corrals it.
Yeah, a couple cracks at it there.
Baumgartner off a curl. Puts it up. Somehow got that to rattle in.
Hey, man, he can hit some difficult shots in the post. Doesn't even need to think about getting his body squared up. Still gets it to fall.
Anderson. Holt. Got tied up by Queth, and Queth stole it away. Gersfeld will calm things down.
Yeah, any possession here where you can go up 2 possessions in an overtime is huge. MSU Moorhead that chance right now.
Queth. Zimmer straight on 3. Off the front iron.
And that's a shot that the Mavericks have been willing to give up in this game, and it's worked out for them. That's kept Kramer in the paint, guarding the rim.
Willingham. Holt. Willingham for 3. High arcing shot. Kramer trying to save it. Back over to the Dragons.
And the Mavericks missed Kramer inside a couple times with some mismatches on him. I tell you, when you get tired and you're exhausted like this, that's when offensive execution becomes really, really difficult. Which team's got the mental toughness to still do it?
Here's McGee driving. Back out to Baumgartner. Shot clock down to 5. Baumgartner. Step back. Not there. Matt Morgenthaler will call a timeout here. 1:46 left in OT. His team is down by 2. It's a matter of will.
A costly point in this first overtime.
One minute left in the first overtime.
lot of physicality here in this matchup right here in the ball.
Baumgartner working inside. The scoop doesn't go. Zimmer had it poked away and stolen away by Holt.
Yeah, Holt just ripped that thing. He wanted it more.
Another timeout here from Matt Morgenthaler. 34.7 to go in OT. Tied at 59. Shot clock's at 23. So we got an 11. Holt, Kramer, Thedford, Willingham, and Anderson on the floor for Minnesota State. Thedford to Holt. Dragon fans wanted to travel.
Yeah, probably could have been a foul, too.
Shot clock under 10 for Thedford. Thedford, the drive, the scoop. No good. Erzfeld has it. Bryce Erzfeld lost it. They're going to call a reach-in. No, a timeout granted by Chad Walthall. Wow. Timeout before the infraction. Erzfeld and Willingham were fighting for a loose ball. It will be Baumgartner on the inbounds. Erzfeld, McGee, Queth, and Zimmer, the starting five out there for MSU Moorhead. They try to lob it inside McGee. Erzfeld puts it up, short. Holt the rebound and calls timeout. Now Minnesota State will have a chance here with 3 9/10 seconds left.
Great defensive stand here, and they're into the floor. If they have to come back to the ball and then change direction, it'll be difficult to get a good look in 3.9.
Brady Williams on the inbound for Minnesota State. Gets it to Thedford. Thedford driving for the win. No! We go to double overtime. Thedford had a look and the layup comes up just short.
Physical the game has been, and just the fact that baskets have just been extremely difficult to come by here in this game tonight against these teams going at each other.
Kramer wins the tip again for Minnesota State. Thedford. Here's Willingham in the corner. Thedford driving down the middle. The floater is short. Transition opportunity here for the Dragons. Long two from Queth. That's short. Queth and Holt fly into each other. Ball goes over to Minnesota State.
And honestly, both coaches have pretty much stuck with their starting fives here in the OT periods. And so that's why I think you're starting to see energy becoming an issue, not only for the players, but I think for these coaches as well. And I mentioned this before. I know there's one coach that might be smiling a little bit more than the rest, and that's Jeff Kaminsky, Wayne State, because they get the winner of this game, and whoever has to play Wayne State tomorrow is going to be doing it on 24 hours rest and going through a war here tonight.
Holt through the lane, partially blocked. Baumgartner with the left.
He's been so effective for the most part in this game of scoring in the paint.
Anderson steps through, short, put back, plus the foul. What a move by Quincy Anderson.
Yeah, this ends up working out for the best here, getting the old board, because the foul is also on Dane Zimmer, which is his fifth, so he's out. And MSU Moorhead loses one of their starters.
And amazingly enough, no one else has more than 3.
Yeah, when you consider we're already in double OT and really less than 30 total fouls in this game. I wouldn't make the statement that it's been necessarily cleanly played. It's been physical, and the officials have let them go.
Anderson cannot give the Mavs the lead, however, so we are tied once again. Ersfeld. Quest. Shot clock under 5. Puts it up, puts it in.
Well, he's hit some really difficult shots around the paint. He's got 12 now.
Here's Thetford trying to work off the Kramer screen. Wrap around, Holt. In and out on the 3. Offensive rebound, Anderson. Slips it inside. Thetford, no. Stripped away again. And Ersfeld with some tremendous hands.
Oh, my goodness. Coming up huge on the DN there. And credit Minnesota State, though, getting after some old glass. And here we are again. A chance to go up 2 possessions. In that first overtime, 4 total points are each team scored. So a 2-possession lead would be huge.
Ersfeld. Long.
Man, he's had a tough night shooting it.
Anderson, that's a 3. Offline. Holt. They're going to call the foul on Holt.
Should be a 1-and-1 going the other way. Holt trying to come from the backside and knock it loose.
So Queth will go to the line for the first time tonight. 69% free throw shooter coming in.
Well, not too often you're in double OT and you're still seeing 1-and-1 free throws, but that's where we're at here. Big front end here to try to extend this lead. It seems like it's been forever since either one of these teams had a 2-possession lead. They've got a chance to get one here.
And they do. 65-61 with 100 seconds left in double overtime. Anderson, hounded by McGee. Willingham, driving baseline. The reverse is short.
Minnesota State has to lock down here. They can play this possession out, but they've really got to be dialed in defensively here.
Baumgartner off a curl. McGee resets, under a minute to go in double OT. McGee, the stutter step, the drive. Can't finish, gets his own rebound. And then a tie-up. The possession arrow in favor of the Dragons.
Huge here from McGee to get his own board. And the big reason is because Kramer got switched on him, so Kramer was worried about defending, couldn't clean up the glass. And now time really becomes an issue here for Minnesota State. I'm not sure you can let 17 seconds off the clock here.
Baumgartner nearly turned it over. Ersfeld driving, fall away, hits his first field goal of the game. 6-point edge for the Dragons. Thetford. Deep 3 from Willingham's offline. Quest just lets it go out of bounds.
And the Mavericks coming up empty here in their last few possessions offensively. And now, of course, they're going to be forced to foul, but when it's already a 6-point margin, all you got to do now if you're MSU Moorhead, take care of this thing, knock in a couple free throws.
McGee gets it into Ersfeld. And Ersfeld is the last guy.
Yeah.
Minnesota State wanted to foul.
Yeah, and the one they left open.
Ersfeld hits the first.
Yeah, that one's huge now. 3-possession game, and with only 24.7, that's going to be a huge hill to climb.
The lead is 8 with 25 seconds left. Mavericks got to hurry. Willingham offline. McGee gets the board. And finally gets fouled by Anderson. 14 and 2/10 seconds left. And it looks like the Dragons will just be able to get high enough off the ground.
What a battle this has been between these two teams. 50 minutes of them going at each other, physicality, shots being contested heavily on both ends. And the final score here, of course, not going to be indicative of how close this game was. And MSU Moorhead had the possession at the end of regulation to win it. They couldn't quite get that one to fall, and the Mavericks had their chance at the end of the first OT.
The lead is 10. Tedford offline. Chase down. Ersfeld gets fouled again with 5 and 9/10 left. And at this point, it's just window dressing.
Dave, this was our third ever game that has gone double OT in the NSIC tournament. The last one, 2017. You probably remember that one pretty well, Augie SMSU.
That was a fun one. Warren hit a 3 at the end of OT1, and Brueggemann came back down to tie it on a feed to Joey Bartlett. Mustangs prevailed in double OT and won the tournament championship that season. This whole day has just been a pantheon of classics, and more than privileged to bring it to you here. And as you said on this one specifically, the final score not nearly indicative of the game that was played. Willingham will just